Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. And one of my presents I got this year from my beautiful, wonderful wife was a documentary. I say with air quotes, because it's very necessary with this particular movie. It's tied to a series, and I guess an IP, a franchise, whatever, that I absolutely love, that I have watched over and over and over again since I was a kid. I used to see this movie on TV all the time when I was a kid, and then I caught the TV show that started 4 years after it. This is a review for the 2004 Ghost Adventures movie. Now, I keep using documentary very, very safely, let's say, because this is, as you can tell, a documentary about ghost hunting. Now, if you've heard of Ghost Adventures, you probably heard of it either from the Travel Channel itself when they used to play the movie, and the TV show itself, again, 4 years after this in 2008 when that started, which I used to watch the show like every single Friday night when it would come on. I think it still comes on cable. I could be wrong. But I know it's on like the Discovery app, the Travel Channel thing on that, and I've debated on getting that Travel Channel, Discovery Plus, whatever, because I love this show so much. I could watch it endlessly. And again, I'm a Christian. I don't really believe in ghosts. I believe in demons. But that's not the point. The show I look at is kind of like a thrill ride, like kind of like one of the haunted Halloween houses that you walk through. A haunt, I think they're just called. That you walk through around October and have people jumping out at you. But this doesn't have people jumping out at you. It has sound effects. It has bumpers with creepy dolls with their eye rolling up into their head and stuff on the TV show. And I love that about it. It's fun. It reminds me of when I was a kid, and I started out watching Ghost Hunters on the Sci-Fi Channel before they turned to SYFY, and then you had this on the Travel Channel, and I would watch them both all the time. This movie used to come on Sundays all the time, and I used to watch it endlessly because it was so fun. It had that same feeling that I love watching found footage faux documentaries or mockumentaries, whatever we're calling found footage nowadays. Now, Ghost Adventures, for anybody who doesn't know, it's more about the fun of the atmosphere, I would say, over top of anything. In this case, you have Zak Bagans, who everybody loves to make fun of. I do too. Let me make it very clear. I don't care if Zach, Nick, and Aaron, the two cameramen, I don't give a shit if they are con men. I mean, obviously, I believe they are. But I don't care. I like the show and this movie so much. I love them, matter of fact. And apparently they have spin-offs, by the way, that I've never seen. I love the show and the movie so much. I could watch them on repeat, number one. But number two, I could even pick up like Zak Bagans' book. You know, I would go to like the haunted museum collection thing that he has. It's kind of like the Warren House. I would totally go to that if it was nearby because I love the stories. I love the show and stuff. Just watching... You know, just having a camera in the dark peek around a corner and claim they saw something about that mixed with the audio and the atmosphere and even the score they use for the show sometimes can make it super fun and super creepy. And I love that experience. There's nothing like a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday night where you're watching this in the dark by yourself in your house, especially if nobody's home, and that ends up happening. I don't do that anymore because my wife is here, but still, I love the show. And when I got to rewatch this documentary after Christmas, it put the chills down my back just like it always did. Now, the one thing I didn't remember about this movie is that Zach, Nick, and Aaron actually drive around to 3 or 4 different places in the movie. Abandoned places, sometimes not abandoned places. In one case, like a bar or something. And these places are supposed to be haunted, and I love the stuff that happened here. This seemed like a movie made when maybe these guys had a little bit more credit and weren't possibly con men. I'm not saying they are, but they sure do feel like it, especially Zach. So, one of the things that made it kind of fun was that they go to this one place where the lady that they talk to tells them a completely different story than what she told Zak Bagans on the phone. And tries to pretend like, oh, this ghost is very friendly and sweet. And on the phone, she told him, like, this ghost will fucking kill you, Zach. And it is great. I loved it. I loved how pissed off he got. Yeah, it's totally made up for the camera, but it was fun. It was so fun, dude. If Zach and Nick and Aaron, you know, maybe I'm wrong about this. I keep thinking if they had a brain, they would have just made found footage TV shows and movies and stuff, because with their talent, they could have totally done it. But you know, when you claim something is real, people really do seek it out. They do. And I did as a kid because I loved all these ghost hunting shows. And this was fun. They knew how to make it fun, even if it was over the top, even if it was goofy and stuff. If you think the Ghost Adventures TV series is too goofy, watch this movie. It's not trying to be too goofy or too over the top. They go to so many different locations. And again, I think the atmosphere is just as good and fun as the TV show was. Without all the stingers going to commercial breaks and stuff. You don't have all of that where you're in a really creepy, dark room, a lot of quiet, and then you hear like a loud bang or like that almost reverse vacuum sound effect that happens when the stingers come up getting ready to go to a commercial and say Ghost Adventures on the TV screen. They don't have all that. So you have more time to enjoy the atmosphere of this movie, despite it only being like an hour and 27 minutes according to IMDb. But I love this. This is one of those things I'm going to rewatch endlessly during the year outside of Halloween, during Halloween, all the time, because I love it so much and because it's so much fun to watch. People talk about things like that. What is that BBC thing? Is it Ghostwatch? I saw that for the first time last year. I didn't review it for the channel. It's too late to. But I saw that and I kept thinking about like how people who love that movie don't like things like Ghost Adventures for some reason, even though this claims to be real. You know? There's not really a ton of budget behind this or anything. If I had to believe it, I would bet that they made this and then whoever, Travel Channel or somebody, bought it out from them. Which is cool. I'm glad they got their show and stuff because I have so many good memories as a kid watching stuff like this on the weekends because it was on repeat on the weekends. Used to have all these weird, terrible knockoff like psychic shows and stuff that tried their hardest on the Travel Channel to be like Ghost Adventures or Ghost Hunters for that matter. And they were shitty. They were worse than something like this where people claim nothing happened in the Ghost Adventures show. I disagree because of the atmosphere part. That was the fun part for me. Most of those other ghost psychic shows, they suck. They have nothing worthwhile. There's a reason people don't talk about them anymore and never really talked about them when they were on, aside from having some kind of fodder to watch. And it's strange to me too, by the way. History Channel became all about fucking aliens. Really? Discovery Channel became sometimes about mysterious deep water animals, possibly urban myth animals, I mean, that we can't find, may or may not exist, like the fucking chupacabra, and they tend to still be more focused on doing some Animal Planet type stuff, you know? But the Travel Channel became a ghost hunting channel, you know what I mean? It's super funny to me how all of these channels kind of started a certain way and they kind of changed up over time. I don't know about any of those channels now because I don't have cable and I don't have Discovery Plus to watch those things, but still, Ghost Adventures, in my opinion, if you want something fun, just to try out the series, if you've heard people like Red Letter Media, Mike specifically, make fun of Zach Bagans, and you've always wanted to try it out, if you can probably find this on YouTube or something, or I guess online if you're a pirate, I don't believe in that, but if you're okay with that, then whatever. At one point I didn't think I was above that anymore. And I'm trying to stay above it because movies are getting worse and worse. But anyway, if you can find a way to watch this movie, or especially the TV show, I recommend them both. I think they're really fun. I think you'll have a good time, especially around that fall, October time. It gets really addictive if you like found footage movies and stuff like I do. But anyway, Ghost Adventures is a blast. Again, to my beautiful wife who got it for me, thank you so much. Rachel, it is just a great flick. And she saw how absorbed I got into this, man, when I was watching it the other week. So anyway, if I had to rate Ghost Adventures documentary from 2004 on a 5-star basis, I would easily give this a 5 out of 5 stars. I love it. It's not as spooky as I want it to be, but it's spooky enough that it really got to me. And again, it put a chill down my spine, not out of nostalgia, but just out of fun. Out of fun, like when you go to see a good scary movie in the theaters. It's the kind of experience I love, and I'm thankful that some things can still instill that into me. So anyway, check it out if you haven't seen it before. Check out the show if you haven't seen it before either. But make sure you watch it in the right environment, in the dark, maybe by yourself, maybe not, depending on who's with you. Don't have some clown who comments throughout the entire show and movie. That ruins everything, especially shows like this. So anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later. And have you seen the show and the movie? What do you think about it? Goodbye.